What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Harry the Horse Barbecue, and today we're taking a little road trip to visit some friends over at Hoodoo Brown Barbeque. That's right, that hoodoo that you do, that voodoo that you do. Let's go visit them Hootie boys and see what's going down over in Connecticut. Let's get it. Woo!
Harry the Horse Barbecue.
Hey y'all, it's Future Harry here trying to give you all the lowdown on our chow down at Hoodoo Brown. So my trip out to Hoodoo Brown in Connecticut was amazing. I drove out there about an hour, met up with my guy Paul Rosenberg, and we were looking forward to a treat over at Hoodoo Brown Barbecue. Now I hit up Tyler Hodge and said, hey man, I'm trying to come through to Hoodoo Brown. Are you gonna be around? And I cannot speak highly enough of Tyler Hodge. He was so accommodating and so hospitable to us. The hospitality that Tyler and the other employees over at Hoodoo Brown showed us was incredible. I cannot speak highly enough of them. Tyler was kind enough to meet us over at Hoodoo Brown, and he gave us a tour of the pit room, cut us a tray of barbecue, and sat down for a while to talk to us all things barbecue. Shout out Tyler Hodge for being a real one. He took time out of his own day to sit down, chat with us, and educate us about what they do over at Hoodoo Brown. So after our tour of the pit room, Paul and I headed over into the dining room where we sat down and ordered some amazing barbecue. We ordered the Holy Texas Trinity, which comes with a pound of brisket, a whole rack of ribs, and you get two sausages. One was jalapeno cheddar, and we ordered one on special called the Chetty Topper, which was Tyler Hodge's signature sausage of the week. It also came with 2 pieces of cornbread, some pickles and pickled red onions, and we had to order on top of that the super famous crispy skin pork belly. It wouldn't be a Hoodoo trip without it. Tyler was kind enough to cook us up some wings, which we enjoyed right before our barbecue. Then our platter came and we chowed down at Hoodoo Brown. Some good barbecue, some good company, and a couple of good brewskis. And this was an amazing trip to Hoodoo Brown. I'm gonna kick it over to Tyler in the pit room, and I'll meet you guys back at the end of the video. Let's go to the pit room. All right, what do we got behind us, Ty?
All right, so we have 2,000 gallons from Moberg Smokers as well. The green on y'all's right that's the one we got first, and then the one on the left is about 6 months old. And out here we still have a 108 Lang, so this is a reverse flow. This is what Hoodoo started on, so we have 2 108s. We have one out front and one out back. I'll show you that one out there too. Cool. And then a 500 Moberg on a trailer, and then a BBQ whole hog cooker.
And you said this one here is mainly sausage?
Yeah, so mainly sausage and like overflow, so we'll do a lot of cold smoking on there. Oh. Yeah, she just got cleaned today.
Ooh, okay.
And then we have our BBQ. So we could do direct heat stuff, but we're just mainly just pigs.
Oh, so this is like where little whole hogs go?
Yeah, so we do like 1 or 2 120-ish pound pigs during the summer, almost every week.
This Moberg is for everything, you said?
Yeah, this is mainly briskets, but yeah, it'll be everything. Tuesdays, we start late on Monday. So we finish pretty early on Tuesdays, and then it dies down, and then we'll start pretty late on Tuesday for Wednesday. Because we don't open until 4, so with being open at 4, we can kind of push everything back a little bit.
Gotcha.
I've never worked on one. I'm dying to.
Yeah, I mean, these are kind of like cheating almost. I mean,
what do you mean?
Really? Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we use all kiln-dried white oak, so it's like the fire burns pretty clean. Off of these, they pull really hard. That's the only big difference.
How many can you fit on here?
Briskets? 32 is like the number that we feel most comfortable with.
Wow.
How many do you go through in the day?
On one? On one smoker?
Yeah, we can get 32.
Wow.
Ours are a little bit smaller. They'll yield like 5 pounds cooked.
Okay.
But yeah, 32 total.
I want to check out these fireboxes.
Yeah.
Damn, these are massive.
The doors are so light, yeah.
So they're fully insulated?
Yeah, fully insulated.
Both of them? And
Yeah.
what about the names here? This one says Hefty Lefty.
Yeah. The irony, it's on the right. And then
this one?
Place.
What's that? What's the significance of that?
Some song. I have no idea. I don't remember. And then the trailer, the 500 trailer is just Hoodoo Brown Barbeque.
Gotcha. I'm curious because at the restaurant where I work, like we have blocking logs all the way down.
Yeah, we don't use any blocking
None,
logs.
which
no.
opens up space for you guys. Because when you said 32 briskets, like max, we're putting like 20 or so on max. That kind of gets us to like the first 3 doors of the cooker.
We're using the double R's, right?
Yeah, we use the double R's. Yeah.
The double R's are a little bigger than the ones we use.
Yeah.
We use Aurora Prime.
Anything goes on these 2 pits, minus like sausage.
Yeah, I mean, we'll do anything on anything, to be honest. Like, I'll cook sausage on here on Tuesdays and Wednesdays if I need it.
Yeah.
It kind of just depends on the workflow for the week. Usually, these are just all briskets, because this one's been here the longest, so it's kind of just like, we've gotten the brisket cooked down pat. Just that this was the closest smoker. So once we bring briskets out, we would just want to load them as fast as possible.
Yep.
So and as easy as possible, we don't have to carry as many buckets.
Yep.
So this became this
I
became
know
the
that.
brisket pit. And like as stupid as it sounds, this pit facing the other way, it makes it so you have to wrap them the opposite way. So if you put them on this pit, you have to remember that it's on this pit, not that pit. So it's
okay.
like muscle memory because we did them on here for so long. It's just easier to leave everything on here, and then like this will be ribs, beef ribs, butts, all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
And then we'll do a wave of ribs once briskets come off on here normally.
How'd you start specializing in sausage?
Nobody here did sausage. So like before I was here, we were just buying sausage, and I hate food waste. So I just started playing
really?
with it. Yeah.
When did you start?
I've been here for about 5 years, but
Okay.
full time for 3.
Okay. And then you just took that as your sole responsibility to be like, I'm gonna make this as kick-ass as possible.
Well, no, it was just basically just like making it. I've made sausage before.
Okay.
Just smoked sausage is like a different beast.
When did you feel comfortable enough to like start experimenting with like all the cool variations of sausage that you do?
I've done one specific sausage every single week for the last 3 years, so probably 3 years ago, like when I was full time. But basically when COVID hit is when we did it.
Because you just had the time to do it, or you're just like,
No,
screw it, I'm just gonna.
Exactly. Basically, it's just it. We still had the 2 sausages on the menu. We had provolone parsley and then jalapeno cheddar. I was doing a special every weekend, and then it became okay, cool. We're gonna stop buying the provolone parsley, and then we'll just do a special one every week.
Paul, what's your experience like next to 2,000-gallon smokers for the first
I
time?
feel small. Small and very hungry.
And I love that you guys have the weights, like the counterweights on these doors.
Oh, it makes them so great.
Super underrated. I'm lifting doors over at Handsome Devil that are not counterweighted.
So this one will run like 25-ish degrees hotter, but most of those, like these 3, I can get parallel.
The exchange is a big circle.
Yeah.
I've never seen a Moberg before, so that's kind of wild.
Yeah, they're nice.
How long is your brisket cook?
That's 16. Yesterday we started, they came off, I pulled most of them this morning at like 9-ish, so the rest from 9 to now.
Where do you get your meat?
Cody, we buy so many briskets a week. Our one vendor, he'll just bring specifically our briskets, and he can't sell them to anybody else. He knows how many we order a week, so he'll order for like 3 weeks, and we'll wet age them, and then he'll constantly just keep rolling.
The beef cheeks, I hate to say this, are Walmart. It's the only place I can find them. And I know they say don't buy your meat where you buy your suntan lotion, but you know, they have select briskets, and I haven't cooked one yet, I'm afraid. Can't
No, don't.
find anything
I wouldn't even go near a select. I did it before. I would never do it again.
Just beef cheeks or beef ribs. Just stick with those 2.
Yeah, what's the pork belly cooker around here? Any of them?
Yeah.
They just go on the smoker and then, salt the top, and you guys finish it like in an oven?
Yeah.
Are there any indoor smokers?
Well, we have that laying inside too, but it's just, we don't use that one as much as we use this one.
How did crispy pork become the signature dish?
That was all a Cody thing. Cody and they came up with it. They were looking for something unique, and crispy skin pork belly. Nobody does that.
All right, y'all, we made it to Hoodoo Brown Barbecue. I'm with my guy, Paul Rosenberg. You guys might have seen him through Chud's Barbecue live chats. Very active in the barbecue community. We decided to link up and meet up at Hoodoo Brown. Let's go check out the voodoo that Hoodoo be doing. We got a little wings here, courtesy of Tyler Hodge. Paul, what do you think about them?
They look awesome. Oh yeah.
Tyler Hodge is the man.
Oh, so smoky.
Flat or drum guy?
I'm both. Doesn't matter to me.
I know, I'm the same way. It's good to me. Hard to go wrong with wings.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. It is the perfect wing. There's barbecue sauce, yet it's still like a buffalo wing.
It's a little sweet up front, but that char.
And then you get hit on the back end, you'll get hit with the spice. A little bit of heat at the end.
Like sticky, savory, sweet. Filler. Cornbread, crispy pork belly, spare ribs, brisket, 2 types of sausage specials, courtesy of Tyler Hodge, mac and cheese, pickles and onions, terrible camera work. What more do you need? All right, Paul, what's your go-to? What do you want to try first?
Well, I came here for what they're known for and what I've been dying for. I'm a pork belly guy. I'm going for the pork belly.
I think that is the bite that you gotta
I think that's what they're known for. That's what we got to do.
Can you guys hear this? That's the bite.
Cheers.
Right, so this is gonna be a couple bites. Cheers. Oh my God, that is crazy good.
I mean, look how rendered that is.
Yeah.
Fat just melts.
There's no words for that. I gotta try a little of this Hoodoo Voodoo sauce. Looks like a little pico de gallo kind of deal. Let's see how that works. I think that's the bite that they serve up at Windy City. Come here and get it. Like, what are you doing?
2-hour drive, well worth it. See, I can't get my pork belly rendered like that.
Man, I gotta try that crispy skin. I think I gotta go Tyler Hodge.
I was just gonna say, that's the next one, right?
Sausage King of Connecticut. That's good. Jalapeno cheddar. Super classic.
A little bit of a kick.
It's funny how we didn't start with brisket. You know, most people start with brisket on the
You always go with what the place is known for.
I'm down for
a burnt end?
For a burnt end. Super classic Texas style brisket. Full spare. There it is. Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, I can't believe I drove 2 hours for this.
Good. I didn't cook any of it, so.
So you worked in the morning, but then you just came back to hang out with us. Nice, man. I appreciate that, dude. That's awesome.
What's the cheese in the special?
Cheddar topper. Cheddar cheese made with heady topper. And then it's like a bratwurst.
Yeah.
Margarine.
You kind of get also like a texture sort of a bratwurst. It's so good, dude.
How it gets rendered, the fat like that.
That's like the Cody thing. You gotta make sure that it's got like the perfect amount of fat, but it's also like not a big band.
Now, is that like a heritage?
They're all Duroc. So
Duroc. Yeah, that makes a big difference still. What temp are you cooking that at?
Oh, we cook everything 250, 275.
That's like where those pits were designed to run. It's just-
Honestly, the Mowbers run a wee bit hotter.
Yeah.
Like we get 275, 300. I feel like that's like the sweet spot for those.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 4-ish hours in the pit.
Oh, that's it. I can't get mine like that after 4 hours.
The oven still renders it out too. The take that is.
Yeah.
So we're putting it in the oven to get that skin crispy, and it's still gonna keep cooking.
I mean, that's also, you know, a product of the airflow in the cookers.
That's the secret to our pork belly. The ovens.
Yeah. Is this the Windy City bite?
The first one, yes. We used to give it out at the restaurant, but like nobody would eat it. It would just sit there.
Is this an all pork sausage? Or?
It's mainly beef. Both
Oh.
of those are 90% beef, 10% pork.
Wow. It's almost like a kielbasa.
Everybody always says that to me, like it's very kielbasa-y, and it's just because I get the farce really tight.
Do you guys have like a designated baker?
Yeah, so Cody's mom makes all the pastries,
Okay.
all the desserts.
That's cool. This doesn't look like high temp cheddar, which I kind of like because the high temp cheddar just has no flavor or whatever, and it's gross.
So how'd you get into this whole thing?
So like I used to come here as a customer when they first opened. I've always known how to cook. So like Cody would see me like, why don't you ever cook barbecue? It's like too much time, not worth it.
What did you start cooking on?
Rubber smoke mountain. I had a kettle and a slow and sear before slow and sear was big.
What was your career path before?
I'm an accountant by trade. I was doing this on like the weekends for fun, and then doing my accounting stuff, which I still loved and enjoyed. I got to travel to Texas for free. I got to eat in Texas for free. So like it was a win-win for me.
Yeah.
Basically during COVID, I was working remote, so I would work from like that corner of the dining room. I would cook the ribs and like wrap ribs on my lunch break. So we buy Auroras, which I think are a little beefier than most.
You guys make that undesirable part of the lean underneath the fatty. That was actually really, really good.
I want that last slice of lean, like the end cut. That's the slice that I was.
Yeah. I love that. And then a good center cut with a little fatty on top. How much freedom do you get to like play around?
I don't change ribs, so like ribs are Cody's way, brisket's his way, pork ribs his way, belly his way. I'm the only one that touches sausages, but specials, he just lets me kind of go wild.
When did you first start like cooking on an offset, here or before that?
I've cooked on offsets before here. It was like a big learning curve to do the langs versus the offsets.
I think it's a lot easier than people maybe make it out to be.
I'm intimidated by it.
It's only intimidating because if you're a perfectionist, I can look at ribs and be like, okay, this is how the fire was ran, this was the issue, and all of this and all of that. You can usually see the difference.
Right.
These ribs for me, they look decent, but like they could look a hair better.
You don't have to be that detailed on fire management. Once once you're experienced enough and you know like what a log is gonna do, if it drops 5 degrees, if it goes down from 250 to 225, you're not gonna ruin your piece of meat.
Right.
And I think that was the biggest misconception for me going in is if I have too many temperature fluctuations, what I'm gonna put out is gonna be completely inedible.
It's just not going to be as perfect.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
You want to dial it in, but you
It's-
don't need to drive yourself crazy, I think. You'll come out with a good product.
Yeah.
Plus, again, they all talk about that thing about just feeding the fire, watching the fire go.
I think it's the most enjoyable part.
Doing it more for other people than I am for me, just the enjoyment of doing it.
For me, like, this whole concept of barbecue always felt like the pinnacle of how you could cook something. And I think that when you open up people's like experience to this kind of food, that's the part that makes it for me.
My wife's like, you know, smoked meat, eating a lot of it is not healthy. I'm like, okay, do I look healthy to you? Do I care?
I've probably trimmed like upwards of a couple hundred briskets over the last couple months. Every single brisket that I pull, I have a general process, but they're all different.
Miguel does like 250 a week.
Wow.
When I started, man, like you don't want to butcher the hell out of a piece of meat you just spend $100 on it.
That's literally why I tell everybody to take our barbecue school. It's $300, but if you're spending $100 to trim a brisket, the first one you're gonna really bad up on is and then let us figure out what to do with it after.
Yeah. Thank you all for tuning in to Harry the Horse Barbecue. I really appreciate you checking out this video. My trip to Hoodoo Brown was filled with some great food, some great people, and a great atmosphere to go along with it all. Going around and meeting some cool people in the barbecue scene is so awesome. Everyone is so kind, courteous, and just so interested and passionate about what they do. This was surely a treat to meet up with some great folks. I cannot speak highly enough about Tyler Hodge and the crew over at Hoodoo Brown Barbecue. I mean, they hooked your boy up with this super awesome Ridgefield, Connecticut Curry Boys Hoodoo Brown Barbecue collab t-shirt. Make sure you subscribe to the channel below. I know you want to do it. I drove all the way to Connecticut to meet up with the Sausage King of Connecticut for y'all. So hit that subscribe button below. If you like these vlog style videos, make sure you let YouTube know by hitting that like button and leave a comment down below about what you think of Hoodoo Brown and what places you think I should be going to next filming these vlog style videos. On the radar, we got Bark Barbecue, Handsome Devil Barbecue, Hometown Barbecue, and if I can make my way down to Texas, you know I'm gonna be hitting some OG joints. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified every time we're posting new content, and you can follow me on Instagram at Harry the Horse Barbecue. Tag me so I can see what y'all are cooking because it really inspires me to get outside and cook. And with that being said, there's only one more thing, y'all. You heard this one straight from the horse's mouth. We'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.